girl. Okay. Okay, girl. It's been too long since I've done a video tutorial for you guys. I've been living my life over on TikTok. I just needed to like reset and decide on how I was going to take my channel to the next level, keep being authentically myself, and build a brand that represents me. I've been working on my journey with the Lord, and I needed him to guide me in a direction that he saw fit, that will also be to the honor and the glory of him. So I am back. I will try to push out as many videos as I can per week. For now, you may get like 1 or 2 videos, but I'm here. The look is inspired by a look from Crave Beauty on Instagram. She is a makeup artist for Drew Sidora, along with a lot of other celebrities. But I was actually watching an episode of Atlanta Housewives, and I saw in the confessionals Drew's confessional look, and it gave very like sun-kissed, just these warm tone pink, even the way her brows was done. Like, Crave killed this look and so many others, and this was my favorite. So we're gonna recreate this look today. I'm gonna give you guys my best step-by-step tutorial that I can, and then I will also list all the products that I use down in the description box. So without further ado, let's get started. So for this nice little glow that I have going on here, this is the toner that I use. This is a dupe. I think it's with Glow Recipe. So this is the dupe for that. I actually got this from my local Dollar Tree. I've seen a whole bunch of different ladies talking about it on TikTok, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. And they do have a couple other products that I also use, but this is their toner with watermelon extract and hyaluronic acid, and it's been doing great things for my skin. So I put this on first all over my face, and then I went into my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and I put that like in the areas where I really need my makeup to sit, which is my cheek area and my forehead, and you can see it's gonna stick with that bounce back. I'm gonna go into my one size. I'm giving this a try. I always say go for the minis before you get the big ones, because it's always best to spend the smallest amount of money trying something out than buying a larger product and then you don't like it, or it's not giving what you thought it would, or you're not satisfied. So even though I am a huge fan of one size, I decided to go with the mini, and this is the Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer, and I'm gonna use that in the areas that I have a lot larger pores, which is like this part of my cheek, my nose that you can see, and like around here. And I'm gonna also put some here just to like mattify me, and also on my chin. Then I'm going to just smooth that in. I'm not going to like overdo it, but as you can see, it gives me that nice matte finish. This is also an area that I shine heavily. Again, trying something out before I buy it, before I make a large purchase. I'm going in with the Clinique foundation, and the color that I'm using is Deep Honey. I've been using it and I've been liking it. Look at that, it matches very well. I am a part of my church's worship service. It is live, and I wanted a foundation that you know, there's lights on us, so I wanted something that wasn't going to give me a lot of shine, and I fell in love with this, and it's a really good match. So I'm not applying any directly under my eye, but I will go under my nose, on my forehead. And this lasts all day long, which I really love it. So I'm definitely gonna go back and get the bottle. These brushes from BH Cosmetics. And I really like it. I got it as a set like a long time ago, and it's still going pretty well. So I'm gonna go into my Real Techniques brush, and the trick about having your makeup last all day is to spray and go, spray and go. So while I'm doing my liquids, I spray and go. So I have my foundation on. I'm going to go in again, another mini. This is my Morphe Mini Continuous Setting Spray. That's all you need. And I'm gonna take 200 brush, and I'm going to press in my foundation. Press in your foundation. Please do not swipe it. You want to press it into the skin. Sometimes I do like a slightly darker foundation because I do double conceal, so I'll use a concealer that's like a shade or two lighter than my skin tone, and then I'll actually also I go in and I brighten as well. So when I get a shade that's a little darker than my complexion, it brings everything together for me all the better. Okay, and look at that, it's a good match. I'm using a double-sided brush, so this is the angle side, this is the bristle side, and I'm just gonna go in and do my brows. The e.l.f. brow lift. What I do is I'll take the angle brush and I'll pick up a little product on the brush. I'll take a little off actually, right? And then after brushing my brows, I'll just put this right over it. Still go in and brush it through your brows. And then go back in and just set them flat again. We are starting with the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I go in here, right? And I don't like go super heavy, just right in there, just like that, okay? And then I turn it to the side, and then I go right up my eye, just like that. That is more than enough. I'm telling you, it's more than enough. To conceal is right under my nose. Okay. And you're gonna bring it up to the side, just like that. If you guys want to learn how I contour my nose, so I come in like with a triangle, just like that. You're like, oh my god, it's too much. Trust me, it's not too much. And then when I come down my nose, I stop right there, and I'll show you guys why later. I'm still a matte girly, forever matte girly, always will be a matte girly. So I am using MAC's Pro Concealer, and this is in the shade NW45. So let's give it a good shake. Back of my hand, 1, 2, just like that. And I'm going to use a semi fluffy brush, something like this. Okay, it's like, it is round or like oval shaped, but it is pretty fluffy. Okay, and I'm not going to dip directly into it. I'm gonna like swipe off at the side, and I'm gonna run this alongside my nose and then into my brow. So alongside my nose and into, just like that. Now this is more on the redder side, and that's because I want that sun-kissed look. I didn't want it to be like a true neutral. If I went with a true neutral, it would like almost be the same shade as my foundation. This is another one of my BH Cosmetic brushes. It's a fluffy brush. It's a fluffy brush, but it's also angled. This will help me pick up more product and go along my forehead, swiping down into my foundation. Sides, just bringing it down, just like that. You want to start above your sideburns on your hairline, and you want to keep your contour angled up. If you bring it down, it will drag your face down. You want to keep it up because you want to keep your cheeks lifted. So I'll get in there and start with a little bit of product and then graduate to more. You can also add more, you can't take away more. So where this ends is where I'll start, and I'll swipe upward. So you can actually go like this. Quick drag. And then further upward, just like that. Chin area. Okay, this is to chisel the chin and keep the face lifted. Again with my girly, once you see this, I love everything. I love everything. Okay, Anastasia is my girl. The way I feel about Charlotte Tilbury, even though Charlotte Tilbury is dope, is the way I feel about Anastasia. We're not gonna argue about it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply it right between my concealer and my bronzer. And do not be alarmed, okay? I do not have blush blindness. I don't. I promise y'all I don't. I will not steer y'all wrong. Okay, I'm just applying that right between there. Just like so. They're probably like, oh my God, Alicia, that is too much blush. No, it's not. It is never too much blush. Do I wanna? Okay, so again, like I tell y'all, spray it down, let it, allow it to set properly into place. We're gonna go back into our 200 brush and we're going to blend out our blush first. I just wanna make sure I can see well. Okay. We're going to just blend out that blush. And I want to bring it like right up under my under eye, because when we blend out the concealer, it's gonna be like we are underpainting. And this is why it's also important to spray as you go. It's something that I had to study and learn, because it makes blending out your products so much easier. The pink over our eye, we're gonna bring that down into our eyelid. go into our 402 brush. I like to use, this is the one size. I bought this in the large one because I already knew this was good. I already knew, so I like to spray my brush. Okay, so I sprayed my brush. And then I'm going to blend out my concealer, okay? Tap, not swipe. Tap, not swipe. Tap, tap, tap. Just like that. It feels so good to get back into like really doing makeup with you guys. The responses has been so great. I am just so happy being in this space with y'all again, and it seems like it's just like even better than before. Okay, we're gonna go around the nose, and if you feel like you're blending this out and it's not blending the way you want to, you can spray again and even spray your brush, but don't swipe hard. Just keep that same tapping motion. This takes time and patience, so just be patient with yourself if you're new to makeup, if you're just learning. If you're just learning as well and you don't feel like you're ready for like this amount of makeup, start small. I used to just like do my brows, wear a little concealer, a pressed powder. I would do like mascara and a lip, just like things I knew I could manage until I graduated to perfecting my brows, and then I graduated to applying my foundation and concealer, and then I graduated to adding my contour, and even learning how to contour my nose. It took time. Okay, I'm gonna go do my chin. I'm gonna do my forehead. For the nose, I'm gonna switch my brush, and this is my Real Techniques 300 brush, and I'm just tapping down my nose. We're gonna bronze with our bronzing brush, and we're gonna start on our forehead, and we're gonna bring this down. Just like that. Just bring it forward, bring up. So it's tapping motions, but kind of kicking it upward into our blush. Do not drag it past the apples of the cheek, okay? Just like that. This is why I like to use an angled brush, because it gets right up into that crease between your nose bridge and your eye. This down the sides of our nose. Okay, and then for our nose itself, you're gonna just angle, because you want it to come to a point, not at the tip, but like right before the tip of the nose. Just like that. I'm gonna use just a little bit of foundation. Okay, just a little, and this is what brings everything together and get rid of the harsh lines. Just so. And I'm just getting rid of all those harsh lines. I had an itch at the tip of my nose. Okay. Something is up with my lighting. Something's up with my lighting, which I gotta fix, but it won't be today. Anyway, into my Huda Beauty. Right, and this is in the shade Graham Cracker, and I'm just going to apply a little. So I'm like wiping off the excess. I'm gonna go into here, right into here, just like that. Right into here, just like that. Just to kick off my nose, I'm gonna go right here. Just like that. That is it. That is all. While that is setting, I want to work on that sunset, that sun-kissed look. Okay, so I wanted to use my P.Louise, but my P.Louise is a little bit too light. And I'm going for like a very warm, kissy by the sun look. So I need my richer pink pigment. Just so. And I love the dewiness of it. I really like the dewiness of it. I'm gonna put some on my eye. So yes, don't let anybody question you what you can do with your makeup either, because this is a blush, okay, that I'm using as an eyeshadow pigment, and it's also a base for my eyeshadow, just like that. And I love it. Now what I have plans to do with the P.Louise pink, which came out very pale on me, I'm actually going to do with the OTT Orange. So I applied some to the back of my hand, into that same concealer brush without cleaning it off. And I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of pigment at a time. It's super rich and I'm kind of like blending it out. It's super duper rich. And then we're going to lightly tap just to see where we want placement. I want it to be like just rich on my eye, just like that. I'm not even pressing hard. I'm tapping oh so lightly. And I'm gonna do the opposite side. I'm obsessed with this look already, and I'm not even finished. Okay, so I want y'all to see how, as we go on through the makeup process, my makeup oxidizes, and it is just like everything is blended out so well. So when you're starting off and you want to do that highlight and contour, I will always also say start with shades that are closest to your skin tone. So if you're doing a contour, maybe go like a shade to a shade and a half deeper than your complexion. And then for your highlight, go a shade to a shade and a half lighter than your complexion, rather than like 2 or 3 shades. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep you from being like overwhelmed, pretty much. Okay, so I'm loving how this is looking. Okay, so I want to get a clean brush. Okay, this is the Morphe M173 brush, and of course, again, I'm doing another spray down. Okay, just a quick spray down, and I'm going to blend out my bright concealer. This, you're not going to take it too far. This is just to keep your inner corner nice and bright. And this is not a must. This is like, I just like a brighter under eye. That's just me. Some people do, some people don't. For me with makeup, I am the drama. I like the drama. So give me all the drama, give me all the dramatics. Okay, so just blend that out. Of course, again, like I said, keep a tapping motion. Do not swipe. You don't want to swipe the work that you've done previously underneath. Just like that. I'm gonna blend out above my lip. I like a bright lip area because when I apply my liner, I like my little tiny cupid's bow to stand out. My husband has a deep one and I love it. I love his cupid's bow. I love a deep cupid's bow. Okay, for the nose, I'm going lightly. And if sometimes I feel like I apply a little bit too much product on my nose area, I kind of just like buff it away. And I'll wipe it like on the back of my hand, back into my my bronzer brush or my contour brush, just to slim that back out, just like that. Okay, and I'll do the tip of my nose as well. I like to use a foundation powder first. I have my angled puff, and I'm gonna go into my foundation just like that, my foundation powder, and I'm gonna set right in here. Okay, now I am using the shade NC41, and this keeps my area right. This also helps to prevent flashback when you use your setting powder. So just like that. I'm gonna go around my nose. Go right on top of my nose. And then into my forehead. Just like that. This is my, so I'm gonna use the NC45, right? Which is closer to my complexion. And I'm just gonna go right in between, and you're gonna go into the empty spaces. I'm gonna also do my chin. And I'm gonna go in between my concealer and my bronzer on my forehead. Okay, and then the last shade I'm gonna go into, I didn't want to go too deep, so I'm going into the the NW45, same brush, and this is just to setting my my bronzer, just like so. The same brush that I use for my nose contour, and I'm gonna set the sides of my nose. I'm gonna start with the Sahara Blush Volume 1 palette, and I'm going to go into, since I have a good amount of pink, I think I'm gonna start with Toby. Okay, I'm gonna start with Toby ever so lightly. And I'm gonna enrich that orange. Since I have a lot of pink already, and I want that orange to be, I have the pink down here, I want the orange to be like right under my eye, going into the pink that is by my brow bone. I'm gonna go into Zane, I'm gonna go on my eyelid. Just like that. Okay, is that better? My lighting is really off today. I don't know why. Maybe is that, I don't know if I should go brighter with the light. I don't know. It's like weird to me. Okay, that's better. I don't know. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm still like adjusting to like using my light and filming again. But yeah. Now for Drew's look, she did go into the corners with white. I'm gonna take a page out of Notori's book, which I will post her photo right here. And I'm going to go with yellow. I wanted to do like a very fall inspired look, which I'm so loving this. And that is where my Deb palette comes in. Deb girl, I love you. Clean brush. I'm gonna start with pale first. There is also lemon drop, but I don't know if that's like, it's more towards orange, but I'm gonna start with pale. And this is another Morphe M173 brush. I want it to go over into my duct, like under my eye a bit, like so. And I am gonna go into lemon drop because it's a little closer to what I need, which I didn't think it was what I needed, but it is what I needed. That looks so much better. Which, yeah, I like that so much better. So I'm gonna start with pale again. And Tori said it best. She said yellow on women of color looks amazing, and I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Yellow. Oh, this bubblegum pink, which I'm gonna tap into a little bit. I'm gonna go back into my fluff sponge, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of setting powder at a time. I'm not doing a hard dip. This is just to powder off and set my eyeshadow into place. Just like that. Okay. So just use a lip, like even that's too much. You kind of want it to like just barely be on the sponge for you to set. You're setting so you don't have to dust away. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same for my cheek area, just like that. And set. To deepen my contour a bit, this is really deep, but you see it's on a cooler tone, and this is in the shade NW58. I'm gonna go into this fluffed angle brush and just lightly, just like so. Lightly clean up my nose. No harsh lines. Okay, I think this came out really, really pretty. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, for my brows, I am using Candy Brow Cosmetics. I also use them. I use their brow tint, and they do have a really nice everyday concealer, but I really like their brow pencil. It's very clay-like, it's thick, and it does last quite some time. So what I'm gonna do is just go into my brow hairs on an angle and just do a light fill. I'm doing very soft strokes. And I'm gonna do a line underneath just to define the brow a bit more. Naturally, my brow hairs are longer on my left brow than my right brow, especially towards the front. So to match them up, I'm just gonna do some really light strokes. Now for my under eye, I had started purple. I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't giving what I needed to give. So I'm going back into my Colors for Days palette, and I'm using Scarlet and Villain, and I'm mixing them heavily using my Morphe M432 brush, and I'm just applying that right on my waterline. I still wanted to stick with the sunset theme, and I also did like a very small wing, which I now realize I didn't even need for this look. Like, when you feel like enough is enough, stick with it. And like, don't even overthink it. Like, I was like, should I not, should I? And I did, and I was just like, I should have just left it. So if you're second guessing, don't do it. Just don't do it. Okay, I put my lashes on off camera. I had to. Y'all would not believe, like, I was struggling with these lashes. I really like these. I like that this one is more full layered, which it's a set. I thought that's how these were going to be, but it ended up not being the same. Anyway, I'm gonna go in first with a lip plumper. This is LA Girl. I actually got this from Five Below. I saw it, and it actually tints your lip to like a more natural pink tone. So I'm not going on like the edges of my lip. I'm just keeping it on the inside, like so. Which I really like how that looks. Then, don't judge me, y'all. I cannot find my pencil sharpener for nothing. I even asked my son for his, and he can't find his either. So I went the old school route, and I went the Jamaican route and used a knife to sharpen my pencil. But I took off much, but I don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna start here. Like so. Didn't want it to take away. My favorite pencil is Malt from, of course, Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I decided not to go so chocolatey because I really want the focus to be on my eyes for this look. A brown, not too rich and deep. And I think I'm gonna leave it like this. So I have two more shades that I could have used. This is also a plumper from Sephora in the shade number 5. This is the Sephora brand, and I love it. It's a thick gloss. It's a very thick gloss. It's a super rich pink. I could just use a little to show y'all. It's very rich, but I didn't want it to overwhelm my eye makeup and my blush because it's already pink. I didn't want to go too pink on my lip. And then I do have this Morphe gloss in the shade Freebird. I don't even think they have this anymore. I've had this for a very long time and I use it so carefully. And it's more on like a nude shade. So I can tone back down that pink. But this is it, y'all. Let me get dressed and give y'all the final look, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all. This is a completed look. My outfit is a two-piece pants set. I will post this down below. It's from Amazon. My nails are press-ons. I get my nails from a girl on TikTok. It's called the Donna's Boutique Shop. Her shipping is impeccable. I paid $10 for these and $5 for shipping. In total, I paid $15. And her glue, this is her nail glue. I do have a video posted of me putting on a set of nails that I still have. I actually wore them again after that. You'll see the whole process of how I do my nails on there. Maybe I can post a video on my reels on here if you don't have TikTok. I know a lot of people don't have TikTok, but I love my nails. They were actually longer and I cut them down and then I reshaped them. But it's girl, my darling. That's what I'm gonna call y'all, my darling, because I've been using that darling term on TikTok a lot. Like people will post a comment, I'm like, thank you, darling. So I'll call you guys my darlings. So my darlings, how do y'all like this look? Rate this look. Comment below, tell me what you think. I am gonna go over to TikTok and post some cute little videos, some fun transition videos. Like I feel like the shirt it just does it. It just puts the look all together. I pinned my hair back. I did the front, but shout out to my husband on the retwist, because only Lord knows what I would do without him to retwist my hair. But ooh, I can't lie, I'm feeling myself right now. I haven't done a look like this in a minute. And this is what I was saying, like, blush placement is everything. And like, as a matter of fact, I could even do a little more. How about this? How about this? This is from Too Faced and it's called Sweetheart Perfect Flush Blush. Cause why not? I'm gonna take this. Cause why not? Look, and it's soft. So I can still, I got a little blush like this. Okay. 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 Okay, girl. Okay. Okay, girl. Thank y'all for being here with me today. I appreciate the love and the support. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. My name is Alicia Juvia, and I thank y'all for being here. I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for loving on me. I thank y'all for supporting me. You can connect with me on multiple different platforms, so I will definitely post that. And then now my camera's telling me I got 10%, so it's time for me to go. I love you guys. Have a good one. Bye. Thank you, my darling.